今天一早回墨尔本了，景路自己在爱丽丝泉多留一天，所以景路就自己来参加西麦克唐纳山脉的一日游。Flynn 是创立飞行医疗服务的牧师，放在他纪念碑上的大石头应该是从原住民的领地运来的。后来找到一个适合的巨石替换，原本的巨石就被送回原本的地方。第二站是 Simpson Gap。
今天是一个小团，只有3个人。这边的成因跟乌鲁鲁、卡丘达丘还有国王峡谷都一样，都是海洋沉积岩。因为这边持续会有一个水池，所以很多动物都会来这边，所以看得到瓦拉比那些生物。这边平常不会有这么多水，通常就只有这个水坑，下面这边昨天下大雨，现在这样一个，有一条小河。
How fluid they can move.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like But the baby Joey that she's got in the pouch, she'll usually come back if I'm not walking with you. This button just behind you is It's a nice place to be. I like it. I tell people not to go left.
Unless you're looking for a hike, 13.6k.
How long will it take?
So the whole trail, it starts in Alice at the telegraph station, and then it finishes up a mountain called Mount Sonder, which we'll see a bit later on. And it's about 200 and... I always get the number wrong because there's so many numbers along the way. But I think it's about 234 kilometres long, and it can take up to 18 days to do it, if not longer or shorter, depending on how you walk it. It's broken into sections, so obviously you can see it says section 3. Where we were before at Simpson's Gap, that is the end of section 1. You get people come here because of the campground, so this will usually be like where they'll spend the night, one of the nights, or why they might do a rest day here. What you usually do if you're going to go do the whole trail is you've got food drop houses or boxes along the section of the trail, and you'll drive up here with your car and leave food, well obviously just dry food, in these drop boxes along the trail so that you don't have to carry it in your pack. And where these food boxes are, there's usually a water tap as well, so you'll just pack your camping stuff and change of clothes or something like that and a few water bottles. You can do guided tours to it, or you can do it on your own accord, and you just have to log in. There's like logbooks along the way so that the parks rangers can keep an eye on you.
这里面是他们 Aboriginal， 就是白话讲话就是女生拜拜的场所，所以他们现在这里面也是禁止人进入。这边以前很久以前吧，100万年前有河流，所以这边是被河流切下来的地方。 这边出入口有一个原住民经营的咖啡厅跟土产店，其实还蛮现代化，还蛮有科技感的。这个团有附简单的早茶，像是一些蛋糕、饼干，然后一些茶包跟即溶咖啡。哦。
The lookout, I don't know whether we'll be able to get to today.
这里水原本很清澈，可以下去游泳。因为昨天大雨，所以把这边的沙石全部都冲下去了，现在变成一个泥土色。
That's a sign of dominance, or like I'm big, you don't want to eat me. I think they just usually put some gluten-free wraps in there in case, but I think there's only right on the top of this hill, and I went on an excursion and they told us what.
Oh. Oh my god, so hot. Is it 鱼？
But I thought that was a crocodile for a minute.
Is it deep?
Yes, I'm not touching the ground here.
Oh.
Really. Have a swim and then just want a photo before I get out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Should have packed like sandals, that would have been a good idea. Well.
Oh, he's coming.
Like a red underbelly.
You see the rain shower coming down over there.
Oh yeah.
You've obviously got
They're all so different, aren't they?
yeah.
说这条是沙河，所以其实不是我们想象中那种水的河，它就算有水，也是富含很多沙子。
it's not to go to magnetic island, but we've heard really good things about it.
3 hours later.
乌鲁鲁爱丽丝泉最后一天，今天的飞机是1点半左右的，因为接驳车时间有限，大概12点会到机场，表示11点多就要去搭车，利用这个时间早上再去一个景点晃晃。从民宿走了15分钟左右，到了。Royal Flying Doctor Service， 他这边写 Alice Spring， 我看留言有人说达尔文那边好像有一个类似的，结果有一个很漂亮的入口在这里。这个空中医生现在还是一个现在进行式的组织，这边有写他们可以飞去救助的地点，还可以走上这个飞机。哦，其实位置蛮小的，一次可以载2个人，可能3个救护人员。他这边还有提供 VR 给你看，故事内容有2个，一个是飞行员的视角跟一个是护士的视角，大概各5分钟左右。除了看电影跟 VR 以外，这边还有一个小小的博物馆。这边讲的是 RFDS 的创办人福林的算生平嘛，还有创办的过程。他最后过世，然后被埋葬在昨天参加的那个 tour 的一块大石头那边，在 Westmac 那边。他们这个很厉害的是，他们不会跟你多收钱。你如果是公民或 PR 的话，就是照你正常看病的钱。然后如果是海外旅行者的话，就是看你保险怎么买，没有说你住在偏远地区要接受医疗就会花比较多钱。它对面就是爬虫动物中心，可是今天没有时间看了。今天接驳车只有景路1个人。哇，又是小机场，现在还有放圣诞树，真是不错。行李转盘那边还有袋鼠跟鹅苗，太澳洲了吧？跟艾尔斯岩机场比起来，真的是繁华多了。虽然也才2间店。它的登机口距离超近的，跟电梯没两样。景路把包包送托运，过完安检之后就收到 email 说飞机会 delay 半小时，还好阿德那边转机的时间还够，希望不要再发生跟加皮昨天一样的事情。午餐点一个牛排三明治，没想到原本以为只会只有这样，结果还来了这么大一盘，感觉会超饱。他说10分钟前会关登机门，那现在57分，2点10分飞机起飞，我们只有3分钟可以登机。结果长在一起的登机门走出来都是通到同一个风雨走廊，不知道为什么他们要分登机门。5点35下飞机，飞机是5点40，这有可能的吗？景路原本以为下飞机就要奔跑了，结果没想到他们转机回墨尔本这一班也是用同样的登机口，所以回墨尔本的飞机也直接顺延